Call the meeting to order. First, need to introduce Levi. He's the new board member, and glad to have you on board. So
Yes.
we have a quorum. Joe? Here. Levi?
Here.
Chris? Here. We have a quorum. So, if you had a chance to look at the meeting minutes from last week.
Move approved.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carried. Oh,
He needs to sign this.
yeah, you can sign it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We got the,
Okay, you sign it right down at the bottom.
And what these are is, this is the money that's coming in every month, so it came in last month. And so this month we approved so that we can put the money into our accounts and we can start spending it.
they can't spend it until we approve.
Yeah.
They make it bad, we just won't let them have
Sign just at the bottom on each one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions on anything, Levi, don't hesitate to ask, you know.
No.
Sorry.
Federal Rescue Plan. We have money, we're getting interest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they got to spend that money by first of January next year, then they got to spend it.
But the interest is ours to spend however we want, and I don't think we have to spend the interest. But we have been because we're paying, we're doing these projects, so we'll probably use it all up.
Oh, I think you'll use it all. I don't think you have any trouble spending money.
True.
Must be a fair amount of money, isn't it? That's good interest for it.
Highway cash was up decent.
Yes, it is.
Well, that highway cash is tax on fuel, isn't it?
Yeah. What's the donations about?
Donations?
Yeah.
Let me see which one that is. Oh, okay, so that's that sheriff's donation that was Bankit,
Okay.
that they used to get that fingerprinting for the children, for the schools to use for fingerprinting the kids. Yeah, it was a pretty nice amount.
Yeah, it was. They're the ones who do all the fun, the extra stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think it's pretty cool that Bankit people pay for all the kids to have a swimming pool pass.
get the
The
grant.
first 1,000,
Oh, wow.
first
That's-
1,000 kids that come,
That's nice.
They
I
get,
didn't hear about, well, I.
they get a free pass to the,
That's nice.
that was the package deal.
It's pretty cool.
Any paper, I read it.
I gotta wait another year before I only have to pay $2.
I grew up in that swimming pool.
I did
I
too.
remember, we lived a block from it, and it cost me a dime to go.
I live right above.
But back then, they had
So I
swimming
walked there
lessons, you know,
every
beginning, intermediate, advanced, and then life-saving, and
Mhm.
I even got my water safety instructor.
Really?
I think I could,
I was doing good if I could swim across
I
them.
think I could tread water down. I don't know.
They'd make me do that every year just so I could be down at the deep end.
Yes, right.
I could barely make it. I wasn't a very good swimmer.
I swam a mile how many times?
But I could sure play in the water. I liked going off the
I move we approve the
tower.
monthly appropriations.
Here a second? I'll second it. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
You're up next.
Acknowledgement of the annual assessor's abstract report.
Okay, I drove to the city last week and turned in the abstract. We're down a lot this year, and it's not just any one thing, it's just across the board. We've got oil and gas is down, marijuana farms, they're pretty much gone. We've only got 2 grows left, and the 3 dispensaries. The rest of them, or that's with active licenses, the rest are all gone. So all of that value, and that was a lot of value and that kind of stuff, it's gone. We got at least one company moving to public service. I have no say-so in that, that's a tax commission thing. So, so it looks like with personal property so far, and this is without any public service. We haven't got that and won't get it till at the end of the, or later on in the year, probably August. Personal property is down 20 million to 424,372, and then the real estate is up 1,751,790. So
So what was it
So-
last year? It's down 20 now, so last year was about what? Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Fall
know
off. Just fall off.
well, it was down last year too, but it wasn't down this much.
Okay, that was 1 million what now? Real estate.
On the real estate, it was up 1,751,790. So total, and these are assessed values. The total value so far that we have is 165,829,204. That's without public service, which should be several million that we should get in still. That makes us down 18,672,582. And that's without subtracting the tip out of there. So that's how the abstract was turned into the state. But nothing's final until
When will
August.
you get the public service in?
I know.
Yeah.
It'll be the end of July when we get the paperwork,
Yeah.
and then we'll work it, and then we'll have the 10-day waiting period after Shelley takes everything down to the city. So it'll be August before, or later,
Or
but at
later.
least, yeah,
Depending on when the
yeah,
budget's done.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
after the
If the-
budget making time.
Yeah, if the budgets aren't done, it'll be
Later.
later. It'll be after the budgets are done, so.
Mhm.
But we'll get paperwork to do public service at the end of July. Or we're supposed to, that's, barring anything happening or something, so. I know they're kind of switching their system over, but hopefully everything goes smoother than it did last year, so.
Well, it'll be interesting with the budget people. How you do your business here. All right. It's not good news, but
What percent down is that? Right.
Figure that.
So we were 100 and,
Here's what we're down to,
18 million.
yeah.
18 million, and the total value is 165, probably. How much? Yeah. Well, not quite, because we had the public service, so we don't
Here's
get any of
last
that
year's.
stuff.
They're all
That's last
delayed.
year's,
Last year's was 184,
184.
but that was with public service.
Nope.
Oh, about 184 something.
Mhm.
Yeah, resources.
Who was it that you said went to public assessment?
Chisholm Broadband. It's not a big one, but that's the only one that I know for sure at this moment that has switched.
What do they do?
Communications, yeah,
Internet.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sure they get a better deal there.
Yeah.
Okay, we've accepted the acknowledgement of the assessor's report. Do I need a motion on that?
Nope.
Okay, the approval of the homestead exemption and additional homestead exemptions. What do we got there?
Okay, for the homestead exemptions this year, we had 1,538. We were down 12 from last year. And then the additional homestead exemptions, we had 51, and so we were down 5 from last year. So we have a few less homesteads this year than we did last year, but it's going to come and go, just depending on people moving and that kind of stuff.
Would you explain that to Levi?
Sure. Okay, so if you own your property, your house, and you live there, you can apply for a homestead exemption. Okay, then an additional homestead exemption is if you make less than $30,000 a year, and bring in your documentation, they can apply for an additional homestead exemption. So that's what that is.
Move approved.
Okay.
And
All
go ahead.
all in favor? No, I've got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
I'm curious. Going back, we can read it right. We had fun with the last guy.
Oh, yeah.
We have a discussion and possible action regarding the applications for temporary appropriations for the fiscal year 2025, 26, Woods County, Northwest Tech, Freedom, and Tacoma.
Okay, so Woods County is 80% of last year's budget, which last year's budget was $10,096,73.76. And this year, so 80% of that is $8,076,859. So that's what we'll start our year out with.
Move approved.
Okay. Do I hear a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
They can ask for all of it. But normally, school, harvest, and everybody, well, wait and see.
That's 80%.
Yeah.
That's 80%.
And that's smart, because they don't know what's gonna be.
Better than some of them that do 100%.
Oh, I know, I'm wondering what we're gonna see here.
Okay, what about the Northwest Tech?
Okay, so theirs is 100%, and their general fund is $11,100,000, and their building fund is $5 million. So, and there are 4 pages that need to be
Okay,
signed.
so we have, this is just So we have a 10% reduction in our income,
Mhm,
and they still want 100%.
mhm.
Do we have to prove that?
It's just they're temporaries.
Just
All the
temporary?
adjustments are
Okay.
done from,
Yeah.
there's no way they'll spend that before the budgets are
Okay, I mean,
approved.
they
So
can't
that's
before
when
they
the
get in.
adjustments
Yeah.
are made, and if it goes down on them, it just goes down, but it's just temporary, so.
It's gonna go
It's
down.
gonna be fine.
Makes it fun for the budget keeper.
Yeah, I was gonna say the budget guys were really helpful.
Yeah.
So I need a
I move we approve.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay.
All in favor? Say aye. Who are they using for is their budget people, is that Enid?
It's, yeah, the carols,
Yeah.
yeah, mhm, yeah,
They do all of those counties, that's good.
yeah, all the
those,
schools,
yeah.
mhm, yeah, thank you.
They're pretty conservative, they'll be okay.
Yeah, they're good, they're really
Now we go for the town of Freedom.
good. Okay, so the Town of Freedom, theirs is at 90% of last year's, and so, but anyway, okay, they're putting in for $71,590.76. I think they got those numbers backwards, but that's okay.
Motion to approve the town of Freedom.
So,
I'll second.
What
All in
should
favor?
that be?
Huh?
What should that one be?
I think it should have been 66. I think they turned the numbers around where I think they put him in the wrong place. I think it should have probably been the 64,000 that they have on here. Up there where, because that says that's what their last year's budget was, but I really think their last year's budget was the 71,000. I think they just turned that around.
I assume your county district does their roads and all that stuff, or
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah. How about now the town of Tacoma?
Okay, so the town of Tacoma, theirs is 70% of the fiscal year 21-22, because, and the reason for that is because they have not been able to recover their budgets that they have had for the last couple of years done by that guy down in, that Bill Gower that we used to use. Okay, so anyway, they can't recover those, they can't get them filed or anything else. So that's the last budget I had to go off of. So I told them, I said, I think if I was you, since we don't know where you would be at, you'd be safer to go with 70% of that year. So that has them starting at $291,684.36. Hopefully they'll be able to get those recovered. They may have to take it to court, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Have they spent whatever they need to spend? Are they up to date on their accounts?
That I don't know. I don't see their accounts. I just know that before long, the auditors are gonna, it's not gonna be pretty for them. I mean, they've got to get those in.
So we can do your motion to approve the
So
Tacoma
moved.
70%. Okay. I'll second that. All in favor? Motion carried.
I feel for them because I know one year I had to go down there and stand in his office and I helped him put books together and stuff and I let him know I'm not leaving until I have my money. And that was the last year I used him. But it was like October and we still hadn't done them. it was ridiculous, and I thought, nope, I'm not doing this again.
Okay, number 9, we have an acknowledgement of the transfer of appropriations from Highway D1, CIRB to Highway D1 Personal Service, and D2, CIRB to D2 Personal Service in the amount of $15,929.18 each. To, any discussion on that? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
We acknowledge that.
You're right.
Acknowledgement of the transfer of appropriations from general government sales tax, E99911, part-time to full-time in the amount of $5,000 to finish out the fiscal year. Acknowledge that one. Acknowledgement of the transfer of appropriations from general government sheriff part-time to full-time in the amount of $15,000 to finish out the year.
Yes.
Okay. New business. Anything?
I wanted to let you know, we will have, it's Patterson, UTI. They'll be on June 30th, they're protesting. And then we'll have Red Line, and they're protesting, it'll be July 10th for their meeting.
Push it all the way to the last
Yep.
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh, what makes us make sure you text us sometime. I did
will.
read your text the other day.
Did you?
I
Okay,
did.
good.
I didn't know how to answer it, but I read it.
Oh, okay, that's the main thing.
You called and Mary Lynn got your call, so.
What were those dates again?
June 30th, and it'll be at 8:30, and then the other one is July 10th.
Those were both at 8:30.
Yes, and I'll probably try to get everything on that July 10th meeting where we could go ahead with our regular excise meeting and not have to, and then I could cancel the one later in the month. So you don't have to come to 2 in July. I'll try.
I move we adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Those
Thank you
carried.
very much, guys.